Hi everyone, this is Sean, Bid for Assets Marketing Manager. In this video, we are going to be talking about how to participate in Ouachita Parish, Louisiana sheriff sale auctions on Bid for Assets. A sheriff sale is a public auction to facilitate the sale of property that has been repossessed due to an unpaid debt. The proceeds from that sale are then used to satisfy that debt. In many cases, this sale results from a mortgage foreclosure. The first thing you'll need to do to participate in this or any auction available on Bid for Assets is register for a free Bid for Assets account if you haven't done so already. There are no monthly fees required to maintain your account. It is completely free, and the registration process only takes a few minutes. To begin, you'll want to go to the top navigation bar on the Bid for Assets homepage and select Sign Up. From there, you'll be prompted to provide an email address and to create a password. That password will be what you use to log into your Bid for Assets account, as well as confirm bids. So be sure to write it down or make sure it's something that you'll remember. From there, you'll be prompted to provide some basic contact information, confirm your phone number, and finally log into your email account to confirm the email address that you've placed on file and complete registration. Bid for Assets has a video walking you through every step of this process, and you can access that video by going to bidforassets.com/videos. You'll see we've got many video tutorials here walking you through the various steps of a Bid for Assets auction, including how to register for an account. After you've created your account, the next thing you'll want to do is go to the landing page on Bid for Assets for Ouachita Parish sheriff sale auctions. You can do this from the Bid for Assets homepage by selecting the Sheriff Sales/Foreclosures display here to the right of our map. Doing this will take you to a page that displays all of the parishes and counties where Bid for Assets currently has sheriff sales available. You can just go ahead and select Ouachita Parish. The first thing that I want to draw your attention to here on the landing page is the display up top that says Sales Date. Selecting the Sales Date tab here will display a list of dates for upcoming auctions. And selecting one date will display a list of auctions currently available on that date. You can also toggle the Show Available Auctions Only display to remove auctions that have been postponed or stayed by their attorney's office, the attorney office assigned to that particular auction. Now, when you scroll down here towards the bottom of the list, if there are more than 15 auctions available on a given date, you can use the arrows here to navigate to the start and the end of the list. Bid for Assets also offers a free tool to download the property list as a spreadsheet. Clicking the Download Property List link here, you see it'll also prompt you to log into your Bid for Assets account in order to do this. It's a great tool for your due diligence, as it will often provide information like the property's zip code and the attorney's office assigned to the property. Very, very useful tool. There are also search tools available to the right of the list. For example, the keyword search tool. So for example, if I knew that I was only looking for properties available in Monroe, I could type Monroe into the keyword search, and it will only show auctions available in Monroe. You will see that it displays all of the dates available where it's applicable. So be mindful of that as you use this tool. Just selecting the clear search filter will reset the list back to displaying only properties available on the date selected in the sales date tab. Now, it's important to remember that each of these auctions is going to require a deposit in order to participate. And that deposit, the way that it factors is each auction date is treated as its own sale event and will typically have a deposit that is specific to that date. So in other words, if I wanted to bid on multiple auctions in Ouachita Parish's September 25th sheriff sale, I would only need to submit one deposit, and that deposit would qualify me to bid on every single auction opening September 25th. But if I wanted to then also bid on the October 2nd sale, I would need to submit a separate bid deposit in order to do so. It's worth noting that if you wind up not bidding in the auction or you don't win anything, you will have the option to transfer your deposit to Ouachita Parish's next sheriff sale. You can do this after the auction from your Bid for Assets account in the My Bid Deposits section. You go to the My Bid Deposits section, you will see a display there where you can transfer your deposit. Now, when it comes to actually submitting a deposit, there are two methods that you can use. Those are certified check and wire transfer. Deposits should be sent directly to Bid for Assets, and you can obtain instructions on how to do this from a sales landing page and from individual auction pages. So to get started, you'll go to any individual auction page. It doesn't necessarily have to be the auction that you want to bid in. Go to the auction page and you'll see a button up here towards the top that says click here for deposit instructions. Once you select this, again, you'll be prompted to log into your Bid for Assets account. And the first thing that you will see is you'll be prompted to provide pre-vesting info detailing how you'd like any potential property that you've won to be titled. You want to fill this out, provide your vesting info, and then you will be provided with instructions for submitting your deposit. It's worth noting that just like with registration, Bid for Assets does have a video walking you through every step of this process. Again, you can access that video by going to bidforassets.com/videos. Once Bid for Assets receives your deposit, it will be processed and you will be notified via both email and your Bid for Assets message center once you've been cleared to bid. If you do not win any auctions and you choose not to transfer your deposit over to Ouachita Parish's next sale, then your deposit will be returned to you via a printable e-check that will come to the email address on your account within 10 business days of the auction's close. You can print that check out, or you can scan it using a mobile app, just like a normal bank check, to deposit it. Now let's take a closer look at an individual auction page for one of these properties and talk about due diligence. The auction page has any available information that the sheriff's office can provide to assist you with your due diligence. Neither the sheriff nor Bid for Assets will have any additional information on the condition of the property or its title, including whether the property is free of liens. The only information that we can provide is what's displayed on this page. Because of that, it is very important that you complete your own due diligence before bidding on a property. And this includes researching the condition and value of the property, as well as any relevant information on the property's title status. Both the sheriff's office and Bid for Assets would recommend that you consult with an attorney before purchasing property from a sheriff's sale. Bid for Assets president led a webinar on how to research tax sale properties, and much of the information in that video will be relatable and very helpful for your sheriff's sale due diligence. A lot of the tools are applicable between both types of auction. You can find that video one more time by going to bidforassets.com/videos. One piece of due diligence advice I'll note is that while you should never set foot on a property that is scheduled for a sheriff's sale, as that would constitute trespassing, it may be a good idea, if you're nearby, to drive by the property and view its exterior. It's a great, easy form of gauging whether the property is something you'd want to move forward with a purchase on. Now, once the auction opens, you can go in and start placing bids. You can place your maximum bid and allow the auto bid system, placing a bid right here where the deposit instructions button is located. That's going to disappear, be replaced with a bid box. You can enter your maximum bid and allow the auto bid system to bid up to that amount on your behalf, only as needed to outbid other bidders. Or you can bid up by increments. It's entirely up to you. Remember that in most cases, the lender will also be bidding on the property, and you will need to be the high bidder at the end of the auction in order to purchase the property. Auctions will be open from 10 a.m. Central Time to noon Central Time. And each auction will have a 5-minute overtime. What that means is that if a bid is placed in the final 5 minutes of the auction, the clock will reset to 5 minutes left. This prevents a bidder from sniping an auction with only a few seconds left to go, like you'd see, for example, on eBay. Bid for Assets attempts to replicate a live auction where you'd see sort of a going once, going twice. Bidding doesn't end until each participant has bid as much as they're willing to. So in this case, none of these auctions will close until 5 minutes have passed with no bids being placed on them. So it's very important. Keep an eye on the auction when it's approaching that closing time, because you will likely see a lot of bidding activity taking place during that point. Settlement terms, or the timelines and amounts that are going to be due after the auction closes, will be located in each auction page, as well as in the parish's terms of sale on their landing page. Go back to the landing page. Beneath the property list, you're going to see settlement instructions provided. We strongly encourage you to familiarize yourself with the settlement terms ahead of the sale, because you must have the funds available to meet the payment timeline stated, or you will be at risk of forfeiting your deposit, as well as being banned from future auctions. When all of the bidding on a particular sheriff's sale has concluded, you will receive an email letting you know if you've won any of the available auctions. That email will also provide you with settlement instructions, so keep an eye out for it as auctions begin to close. Follow those instructions to complete your settlement. So, to recap some key points. To participate in Ouachita Parish sheriff sales, you will want to 1. Register for a free Bid for Assets account. 2. Visit the Ouachita Parish sheriff sale landing page on Bid for Assets and select the date of the auction that you wish to review. 3. Obtain deposit instructions and send your deposit for the auction or auctions that you wish to bid in. Remember, you only need one deposit to bid on everything available on a given auction date. 4. Thoroughly research the properties that you intend to bid on and place your bids when the auctions open. Additionally, read the auction settlement terms ahead of time and be sure that you have the funds ready to complete the sale on any auction that you win. And finally, 5, if you are a successful bidder, follow the instructions in your post-auction email to complete your settlement. Again, sheriff sales can be complicated, so do your due diligence and consult with an attorney ahead of the sale. Bid for Assets is here to help with live customer service, available over 40 hours a week. So always feel free to reach out to us by going to bidforassets.com/contact. You can also obtain our contact information by going back to the top nav section of the homepage and selecting the Contact Us tab. That will provide you with our customer service team's email address, direct line and phone number, and our email address. Again, you can reach out to us at any time. Until then, we hope this video was helpful for you, and we wish you the best of luck in your next auction on Bid for Assets.